This book is a provocative front cover. ADHD does not exist. The reason that you need to read this book cover to cover is called Limiting Beliefs. Now we know 4s are cover to cover. This is a 4. This is a book you must read cover to cover for one giant reason. I say again, limiting beliefs. So many times I have conversation with people, and halfway through the conversation, something comes up where they diagnose themselves ADD or ADHD, and they write off whatever it is behavior that they haven't quite fully understood. They haven't been diagnosed by any serious, psychotherapist or whatever you would call that person worth their grain of salt. And they're using whatever limiting belief label they're going to place on themselves, like ADD or ADHD, to devalue themselves and lower the value and drop and create a limitation over whatever it is that they're talking about. Maybe they're saying they're using it as an excuse, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This book shows like 15 different examples from a neuroscientist who is speaking out on ADHD. Now, if you have been diagnosed with it by 7 different doctors, that's not what this is about. What it is about is using things you don't fully understand to label and place a lid on your potential. And that bothers me. That bothers me because, number one, there's not one neuroscience that can break down in a clear explanation that the whole world agrees to, that we can even define the mind. Like, we understand the brain to an extent, to a pretty deep extent, for as far as we are, especially the last 100 years, but we don't understand fully the mind. This is a neuroscience scientist with very provocative title for the beginning, to make a point that, ADHD does not exist. In this book, you're going to find each chapter has different things that can be diagnosed as ADHD, even though there's something else, because they have very similar symptoms, like bipolar and manic, and it says alcohol syndrome, schizophrenia, neurochemical distractibility / impulsivity, Tourette's syndrome, obsessive compulsive, seizure disorders, vision problems, sleep disorders. We can be going on. This book is so important to understand because you may be creating limiting beliefs in your life or someone that you know, and it's easier to then babble with them over this conversation because it's a very touchy subject. Just hand them the link to the book or send them this video or give them the book. ADHD, it may or may not exist in your mind.